What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we talk about the fourth stimulus check updates and the new infrastructure packages. Also, stay tuned for some great information about how to win $1.3 million in cash in this video, all while supporting a great cause. And you can enter at omaze.com/itsjimmy. All right, we got a lot to talk about in this episode. The IRS says they just sent out 2.2 million stimulus checks. Yes, I'm going to show it to you right on the screen and let you know who was getting these checks, what just went out. We're also going to talk about checks that some people are waiting on, what is going on with those. We're going to talk about the vote that just happened in the Senate. You're going to hear from a senator and what to expect next. Yeah, there's a lot going on. What is going to happen next? We're going to talk about it in this video, and also how the next stimulus package may actually be more money, significantly more money, and how this actually could be very, very good news for more stimulus money, more stimulus checks, more stimulus provisions in the near future. Very good news, actually. Very good news all around for more stimulus checks, people getting checks now, stimulus in the future. All good news, not all good news, but a lot of good news in this video. So yeah, this is a good one you'll want to watch all the way to the end. Today, I'd like to thank this video's sponsor, Omaze. Omaze is an online fundraising platform that raises money for its nonprofit clients and offers sweepstakes experiences for the chance to win once-in-a-lifetime experiences and prizes to support nonprofits around the world. Omaze raises funds to support charities by giving away life-changing experiences. And right now, Omaze is offering the chance to win one of their biggest prizes yet. A beautiful 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home in Austin, Texas, worth $1.8 million or $1.3 million in cash. Imagine what winning this dream house could do for you, or how winning $1.3 million in cash could change your life for the better. And best of all, every donation supports the Folds of Honor Foundation, a foundation that provides educational scholarships to the spouses and children of America's fallen or disabled service members. So for your chance to win a stunning new dream home worth $1.8 million or $1.3 million in cash, go to omaze.com/itsjimmy and enter now, or click the link down below in the description of this video. If you're on a mobile phone, you might need to click the down arrow next to the title of this video. All right, first, let's start with the IRS announcement on the stimulus checks that are going out now. Then we'll hear from the senators on the vote that just happened and what to expect going out next. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Let's jump right in. Okay, as you can see here, this is dated last night, yesterday. Another 2.2 million stimulus checks have gone out. Here's who received the payments, okay? This is for the $1,400 stimulus checks for people that are still waiting on these, okay? The American Rescue Plan Act authorized payments of up to $1,400 per person, plus $1,400 eligible per dependent. The IRS says that about 2.2 million more stimulus checks have gone out over the last 6 weeks, the government said Wednesday. The latest batch brings the total number of payments disbursed to more than 171 million payments, with an aggregate value of about $400 billion, according to the announcement from the IRS, Treasury Department, and the Bureau of Fiscal Service. These payments started going out in March when the American Rescue Plan was signed into law by President Joe Biden. So again, if you are waiting on your third stimulus check payment still, 2.2 million stimulus checks have just gone out and are really in the last few days, the last few weeks. These are still going out right now, believe it or not. So a lot of these are due to if they had problems processing your payments, if they sent a check to your address and it bounced back, if they sent a check to your direct deposit and you closed your bank account, if you recently filed a tax return and they had to send a plus-up payment to you, basically you filed a 2020 tax return and they realized that they owed you more money. They owed you more stimulus money, not tax money, but they owed you more stimulus money. Then that's called a plus up stimulus payment. They'll actually send you another stimulus check if they owed you more money, as in you got less stimulus check money than that you were owed, like you made more money and now you made less money, and they owe you more stimulus check than you got, or you didn't receive a stimulus check previously and you claimed it on line 30 of your tax return. That's how you can claim stimulus check 1 or 2 if you didn't receive it. If you didn't receive stimulus check number 3, you can't claim it on a tax return yet. But if ultimately you don't end up receiving it throughout the year, you will be able to reclaim it on a 2021 tax return when 2021 is over. Remember that ultimately these stimulus checks are actually tax credits. They're just advanced tax credits, so you can get them in advance, okay? But ultimately, if you don't get them, you can file them on your tax returns because they're tax credits, and you can claim them on line 30. You put the amount that is owed to you, how much they owe you, you put on line 30 on your tax return. So if you didn't get stimulus check 1 or 2, you can file that on line 30 on your tax return, put the amount that's owed to you, including any dependents, child dependents or adult dependents. So if you didn't get a check for your child, or if you claim mom or dad as an adult dependent, if you didn't get that check, you can actually put the amount owed to you for them as well. And we'll remember that adult dependents, you didn't get a check for 1 or 2. Stimulus check 1 or 2 did not include adult dependents, but they did include children. So just keep that in mind. Stimulus check number 3 included adult dependents. But remember, you can't claim stimulus check number 3 until 2021 tax returns. So hope I got all that straight. I know that might get a little confusing. You can rewind the video if you want to watch that again. But yeah, remember, stimulus checks are actually tax credits. I know a lot of people don't realize that, but yeah. Also, the next checks that are actually going out right now, kind of still, are the child tax credits. Remember, these are going to go out every single month for the rest of the year, $250 to $300 per month. Okay, 39 million families are going to be receiving these every single month around the 15th of the month, starting on July 15th. 86% of families are receiving these via direct deposit. It's 39 million families, but it's actually around 65 million children, because remember, the average family has around 2.2 children, around 2 children each per family. But if you're expecting to get this check in the mail, remember that you're not going to get it probably around the 15th, because remember, the snail mail definitely takes longer. Now, what's interesting is that in this next stimulus package, they're having an expansion or an extension of what they're calling, or what is called, the adult tax credits. It's kind of the mirror image of the child tax credit. These child tax credits now are expanded to $3,000 for children ages 6 through 17. They're paying it out in monthly payments. You're going to get the first half of this year $1,500 for children 6 through 17 and $1,800 for children under 6 on your taxes, your 2021 taxes. When you file that next year after this year's over, you're going to get that on your taxes, on your tax return. And if they extend that till 2021, that is one of the things they want to put in this next package. They have said that number 5 and number 6 here are in this next package. They want to extend these monthly child tax credit payments until 2025. So these $250 to $300 checks from the government, they want to pass in this next stimulus package until 2025. So if you have children, they want to continue these checks until 2025 in this next $3.5 trillion stimulus package. But they also want to do what they're calling, or what is called, there is currently an adult tax credit, but they want to extend this and expand this. And we don't know currently what this means. What is called the adult tax credit. We don't know if this is also going to mean a monthly check as well, possibly something similar to the $250 to $300 per month checks that are going out to children. Will this mean monthly payments as well, like the child tax credits, Will this mean something like that for the adult tax credits? The Democrats have said that the adult tax credits will be in this next package as well. Will that mean monthly checks as well for low income adults in this next package? By the way, I just seen an interesting article that makes a lot of these items, such as a fourth stimulus check. By the way, Medicare expansion to include hearing, dental, vision, hearing aids, dentures, and lowering the Medicare eligibility age to age 60 is currently expected to be included in this next package, which is going to be a godsend for seniors. It is going to be a huge, huge benefit. It's expected to cost over $600 billion and will be 75% of seniors do not have these benefits. It is expected to be included in this next benefit or this next stimulus package. By the way, I seen a article that's or a report that says that this next stimulus package, which is $3.5 trillion, that by the time this package is all said and done and everything is accounted for and everything is tallied and totaled up, that this package actually could end up being $5.5 trillion. Wow. $5.5 trillion. If this package ends up being anywhere near $5 trillion, let me just say that there will be plenty of money in there for stimulus checks, a fourth stimulus check at the bare minimum. I don't see any way, anyhow, they won't include at the bare minimum a $1,400 fourth stimulus check. Sorry, a fourth stimulus check. I don't see how any way possible they won't be able to include a bare minimum of a $1,400 stimulus checks for adult children and adult dependents, in addition to the child tax credits and this new adult tax credits. 3.5 trillion or more, 5 trillion. I don't see how with all that money. Remember, the third stimulus check package was 1.9 trillion. Only 1.9 trillion. And former President Trump's first major stimulus package was 2.3 trillion. That was the largest one yet to date. This new one's going to be 3.5 trillion and could swell to 5.5 trillion. I don't see any way at all that there could not be, at the bare minimum, a $1,400 forced stimulus check for adults, children, adult dependents, college students. I mean, you could put everything in the kitchen sink, everything in there, right? You could throw the kitchen sink in there and everything in there, right? I mean, when we look at that list, man, you could put everything in there, right? Now, I'm not expecting everything in there. Let's be honest. I'm trying to be a realist here, right? That's my motto here is be a realist. But man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's like almost three times the size of the third stimulus check package. Two times, two and a half times, right? Now, here's the really the cool thing, right? Is when they pass this next package, this fourth stimulus package, they get more reconciliation cards on October 1st. And the Democrats, the Republicans did this too, right? They did this in 2017 and 2018. Whatever's on their agenda, they passed the Trump tax cuts in 2017, 2018 through the reconciliation package. That list that I just had up for you guys just happens to be that everything the Democrats are talking about. I got that list. I didn't make up that list. The Democrats made up the list. That's things that Senator Bernie Sanders are talking about, Chuck Schumer, Biden, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, Pramila Jayapal. All the Democratic leaders, that's what they're talking about. And in fact, a lot of those things are stuff that they put in the third package that have already passed, and now they're looking for another round. Unemployment, third stimulus checks, now fourth stimulus checks, child tax credits, stuff that has already passed that they want to do again, right? Stuff that they've already said is in this package, right? So this is stuff that they're saying is in this package, right? Not me. I didn't make up this list. So here's the thing is that this next package is not the next package, okay? When they pass it, just like the third stimulus check package wasn't the last package, okay? Now they got this infrastructure package part one and then this human infrastructure package part two. So this next package isn't even the last package, okay? October 1st comes and they get a whole nother set of reconciliation cards. Now, it's up for debate how many they get, right? It's 2 to 3. And even that's up for debate because then Chuck Schumer says they can go back and amend reconciliation bills, which basically means they can pass even more, right? Really, it's almost like they can probably pass as many as they want. It's just a time crunch, okay? But they really have up until the next election, which is the midterm elections, the 2022 elections, when the Senate and the House are up for reelection. That is really the time frame. They really just have a time crunch, so they really have to pass as many bills as they can up until the next midterm elections. That's what that's it's like, hey, pass stimulus checks, stimulus package, Social Security raise, Medicare 2.0, everything on that list, right? And honestly, by the time um, that midterm election comes, we might be on stimulus check 5 or 6. We might be on monthly checks. I mean, they honestly already have monthly checks for children. I mean, last year they didn't have monthly checks for children. They didn't have child tax credit monthly checks. Now they have monthly checks for children. It didn't even exist last year. Now they have monthly checks for children. Honestly, by this time next year, they could have literally monthly checks for adults, low income adults, called the adult tax credits. And it might sound crazy, but they didn't have child tax credit monthly checks last year. Now they do. And by this time next year, they really, honestly, there's a 50-50 chance they could have them by next year. And they could be in this next package. And they're going to have this huge Medicare expansion in this next package. So all those things are probably going to get whittled down one by one in all these next packages. So it's actually a really good thing. But we're gonna continue talking about all this stuff here in these next upcoming videos. Let me show you what the senators are saying about this vote that happened yesterday. If you don't know, this preliminary vote, it's just a vote to proceed. It's just a vote to proceed. Let me show you what they're saying. Here is Democratic Senator John Tester on what happened yesterday.
Action on Capitol Hill today on a major plank of the Biden agenda. The Senate took a procedural vote to begin debate on the bipartisan infrastructure deal. That vote was tanked by Republicans. Every single member of the GOP caucus voted against moving forward. Their excuse? A refusal to vote on an unfinished bill, even though process votes like this happen all the time.
In other words, no time is lost by adhering to a very simple principle. We're not going to the bill until we know what the bill is.
There is no bill. It's just something that's empty. It's literally a shell bill. It's called infrastructure, but it has no details tied to it. It's about something completely irrelevant.
This is a whole new low.
Joining us now, Democratic Senator John Tester of Montana, a member of the bipartisan group of lawmakers who agreed on the deal in principle with the White House last month. Okay, Tester, this could go, either way here. I've never really gotten to ask you questions on camera before, so I'm going to try to remember that you're my friend and not put you on the spot. But what's going on? You and I both know there have been shell bills that we've proceeded on before, and we certainly know that there's hardly any bills that get through a motion to proceed that don't have massive changes in them before they get to the finish line. It's called manager's packages. It's called, pulling one and putting in a substitute bill. How close are you, and what is really going on behind the scenes here? I was a little surprised that nobody even said we're willing to start the debate to get the clock running.
So, look, you're exactly correct, Claire. We do this all the time, and it's not like this bill isn't known by anybody in the Senate who wants to know about it. The changes that we've made over the last week, some are significant, but most of them are pretty minor tweaks. And I think that hopefully we'll have a bill done today that the text will be able to be written on, that everybody will know exactly what's in it, right to the dotted I and crossed T by Thursday or Friday. And I think Chuck Schumer wanted to get this bill going because he wants to see it passed. So he was trying to push the envelope. And by the way, we got a lot of stuff done on this bill we wouldn't have done otherwise if we wouldn't have had this vote today. But nonetheless, we need to continue to work and move forward. I think there will be another vote on this bill or a shell, whichever it may be. And then I think we'll work hard to get the thing across the finish line because this country needs a significant investment in infrastructure, not only for rural states like Montana and states like your home state of Missouri, but the entire country. And just to add one more thing, Claire, the whole world is watching. We've been in gridlock. You know this. You've lived it here in the United States Senate. We've been in gridlock. This is the first time in a long time where we've been able to have a significant, non-emergency, bipartisan bill. This is the biggest investment in infrastructure in my lifetime. And I think that that's a good sign, but we need to get it done. Otherwise, it means nothing.
So yeah, a pretty good interview there. I think that I like showing interviews like that because I've seen so many comments from you guys over the months that say literally probably tens of thousands of comments from you guys saying we have learned a lot on this show together about how the Senate works, how the House works. And remember, this is a motion to proceed, and yeah, a lot. Believe it or not, they have to do this as part of the process. A lot of people think that they just go in and vote and poof, that's done. And yeah, these shell bills that it's a motion to proceed to kind of go in, and they have these votes of amendments and stuff. They make amendments and stuff. And yeah, these shell bills where there's like it's a vote to open up to go in and it's a vote to vote. It's a vote to open to vote. Yeah, the Republicans are holding their ground here. And honestly, again, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I do not blame the Republicans here for holding their ground. Not one bit. They're taking a stand. I don't blame them. And we've seen Democratic Senator there, John Tester, saying they might have a bill by today or tomorrow. No big deal. I honestly think that this actually might speed things up. So I don't think that this is going to delay things. I actually think that this might force the Democrats to write the bill faster. So I don't really think that this is going to. I mean, if there is a delay, it's maybe a short delay. I think it actually might speed things up. So I think it might be a wash there. Republicans are holding their ground, saying, hey, we want to see a bill because it's such a big, monumentous infrastructure bill. So honestly, I don't fault the Republicans here. It's a big bill, so they want to stand their ground. Okay, no big deal. But as we've seen the interviewer there say that this has been done hundreds of times where it's just a motion to proceed, so it's not denied very often. But they're holding their ground. So a lot of people are going to make a big deal out of this vote here. I personally don't think I wouldn't fault the Democrats or the Republicans here on this vote, no vote. I actually think that we might see a vote here very soon on a vote to proceed. Then we'll get into the nitty gritty. Remember, we need to have this happen so that we can proceed, get this vote passed, get into the stimulus package, get everything done. The good thing is 2.2 million more people got their stimulus checks. People are getting their child tax credits. I'll link you to a video I just did about the child tax credits yesterday, and I'll link you to some more videos here that you probably should watch also here. Don't forget to head over to omaze.com/itsjimmy to enter the sweepstake, or click the link down below in the description of this video. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. Remember, new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's free to subscribe. Don't miss out on any new videos. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. This bottom video is my newest video about the child tax credits, and if you're not receiving your payments or if you have any questions, you should watch this video next. And this video is my newest video about Social Security raises and how President Biden wants to raise Social Security. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.